I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.
The first leg of the Pick Six gets underway at 13:50. That's 10 to 2 on the Sunday afternoon. 1,600 meters the distance, and it is a maiden plate. Before we have a look at the field, we do have an interview with Michael Roberts and Paul Lafferty.
Master of Defence is still a very weak horse. You know, he's tall and lanky, typical, you know, sort of William Longsword. You know, he's taking his time, but he's improving. And you know, I'm not rushing him because I can see the William Longswords. You know, if you rush them early, you know, they seem to fall away.
Yeah, Red Piano must have a big chance. Unfortunately, I've been trying to get a draw. We've got a very deep draw. It's always good sign when Keegan DeMello rides it and stays on the ride. He's ridden it every time it's run. We've stepped it up in distance, probably wants 10 furlong, but a big runner, really working well. Nice big horse, a scopy horse, a lot to come from this horse.
It certainly does look to be a competitive start to the Pick Six, and just having a look at the fixed odds betting market, the favourite in this lineup is horse number 1, Meet at the Windsor, who has been priced up at around 3 to 1. It's then 33 to 10 about double silver. Red Piano, Paul Lafferty's runner, is at 4 to 1, and then it's 11 to 2 and better about those. Now, he mentioned that Red Piano, possibly a horse looking for 10 furlongs, and he's got a deep draw as well. But he's made some nice improvement in his first 2 starts. Running 5th on debut, beaten 7.7 lengths behind Strawberry Bear. Then last time out he was only beaten 2 lengths behind Captain Spirit, and he ran in 3rd position. So he could certainly be a horse that does make some decent improvement in this lineup and could go well. Horse number 4, Law Court. Now, I know that he's a horse that ran in Fairview first time out, and he's got to, the Fairview form is weaker than that of the form in KZN, but I thought it was a pleasing run on debut, a horse that's obviously looking for more ground, but the way the Comnadu stable is going at the moment, I think number 4, Lord Court, could be one that you include into the mix as well, especially if he just doesn't need the out-in, Warren.
Interesting that you mentioned Law Court, because his debut was 65 days ago. It was at Quebec, but it was a good debut. And we heard Comnadu say the other day in his interview that don't write off the Port Elizabeth form, the Quebec form, because it's not that bad, let me tell you. And I agree with him. He's got some horses that have come up from the coast and have actually done very well here. So don't leave this horse Law Court out. There have been 2 winners out of 9 runners, direct winners from the form line with Law Court. Tabiso Gumede is back in the winners' enclosure the other day, and his confidence will be back up. So don't leave this horse Law Court out. But I'm going to put Law Court in the Pick Six, so there'll be 4 numbers from my side. 1, Meet at the Windsor. 11, Master of Defence. 12, Red Piano. And 4, Law Court. Those are my 4 numbers. But I was encouraged to hear that Keegan DeMello wanted to stick with the ride on Red Piano, so that's always positive. The draw is obviously a concern. But those are my 4 horses, 1, 4, 11 and 12, Rahil.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Meet at the Windsor, he'd be a horse that I'd give a very good chance to, especially being drawn in gate number 1, and he's made some nice improvements. So horse numbers 1 and 12, those will be the top 2 selections for me, and I will keep a very close eye on horse number 4, Law Court, in the opening leg of the Pick Six.
My name's Danny Diliberto, founder of Ladles of Love. It was founded back in 2014. Communities we work with are all over the peninsula, and we're working with 138 beneficiaries now. We've grown exponentially. We've been able to do that because of all the kindness that we have experienced from individuals and corporates such as Interbet, who just want to be part of the change.